News Geelong on Friday the 13th. The international organisation Oaktree Foundation sees young people leading a movement to end poverty. Two Year 11 Cardinia International College students from Geelong began a journey pedalling to Queensland, as Meryl Friend reports.
Manning Corby and Jake Baden are on their way to Queensland riding their bikes for Oaktree Foundation. We were able to catch up with them and wish them well on their trip. Cardinia International College students, Year 11, and these guys are off on a huge trek riding their bikes from Geelong to Queensland for Oaktree Foundation. Now, Manning, tell us what Oaktree Foundation is all about and how you found out about it.
Well, Oaktree Foundation aims to eradicate global poverty, but they place emphasis on, creating change within our society and helping people to become agents of change so we can effectively deal with it, especially our generation, because we've got the real power here. I found out through school. Me and Jake are part of the Social Justice Committee at school, and we've got a lot of connections in there. And we had a meeting at school one day, and Oaktree came and talked to us, and we said, what an awesome cause, It was great.
Okay, so how many kilometres are we talking about and what sort of training have you done?
Well, just over 2,000 kilometres in total, roughly. Just going straight there. Obviously, we'll have a lot of stops and that kind of thing. Training, we've been a bit of gym work. Yeah. But mostly just getting out there on the bike, really. Yeah.
Okay, and what sort of time frame were we looking at?
For the journey? Just over a month.
Yeah, it does depend. Like if it's hot, or if it's cold, it can be up to like 3 weeks to a month. Yeah.
You've been volunteering for Oaktree. What's made you decide to become so passionate about it?
Yeah, I've been passionate about social justice issues my whole life. I was really attracted to Oaktree. We're a youth-based volunteer organisation, so everyone that volunteers is between 16 and 26. So Oaktree is really about empowering young people and creating change through the next generation of volunteers, and that really resonated with me. We focus on education projects, so I think that's an area that lots of young people are really passionate about because we've just finished education system, and it's really, education is the way to break the poverty cycle. Yeah, that really resonated with me.
So how long's Oaktree been around?
Actually in 2013 we celebrated our 10-year anniversary. So we had events all around the country. And we just really focused on thanking our volunteers and looking into the future and how we can really step up our game.
From Eastern Beach, Meryl Friend, News Geelong.
Thank you, Meryl, and well done to the guys cycling from Geelong to Queensland. The Committee for Lawn has been in action for the past year with a vision of sustainable future for lawn and a mission to have 1,500 members by 2020. Ian Nichols spoke with Chairman Ian Stewart for News Geelong.
For some time now, News Geelong has wanted to come to Lawn to find out the facts surrounding the Pier precinct. As you can see, it's very busy. There are eating houses, there are clubs, there are a lot of people who use it. And it's become quite controversial as to what government department or local government department actually takes responsibility for it. That's why we're talking with the chairman of the Committee for Lawn, Ian Stewart. We know there are little stories that are under-bubbling around this part of the world, and we're so pleased to be here now. And it's a big day for Lawn. We've got the big day for Lawn. We've got the Liberal Party Congress, and I know that you're going to take a close interest in that. But we're here to talk about some of the issues surrounding the Lawn Pier precinct. It's been quite controversial in recent times.
Yeah, it's been very controversial and a very special part of our town. It's an area in our town that occupies the area immediately surrounding the pier, where we've got a lawn aquatic and angling club, we've got a pier seafood restaurant, we've got a commercial fisheries outlet, and it's an area that's been utilised as it is for in excess of 50 years. And we've got a very tight-knit community. We've got a permanent population of just over 1,000 people that swells through the summer months to 18,000 people. And it's a hub of activity. It doesn't matter whether it's the core group of locals or whether it's the influx of visitors and guests that we have to our town. It's a real prime area that we all relate to in our sense of place of being Lawn.
And I guess at this point of time it's shared by a number of facilities, and that's creating some tensions at the moment.
Probably the biggest tension is that the Great Ocean Road Coast Committee embarked on a process to redevelop the precinct, and through their process they were very diligent in pulling together multiple working groups. One was a community reference group which had the input of 16 local residents that were all experienced business people in their own right to filter through what the community really wanted. And when we saw the setup and the process that was being put in place, we thought, here we go, we've got a good process that will run its course. And the process
as well in the
was
open
good,
men, and we've got some masters here as well.
The only issue
the age is fantastic. We've got 18-year-olds here having a go, and then we've got some people who have been rowing for up to 30 years. This is the third event of the Navy series, so we've got 4 events in total down here at Lawn today, and it's great that we've got the Pt3 pub down here as well. You know, we work really well.
That's where the tickle of outrage starts.
Well, now, are we going to resolve this situation in the near future, do you feel?
Oh, I'm very confident it'll be resolved. And heck, we've been busting our boiler to try and work with Gork and their representatives to try and get the outcome that suits all. But unfortunately, we have a chairperson of Gork that interprets the Victorian Coastal Strategy 2008 a long way different to everyone in this community. And that's the big issue we have.
Well, when you get all these various bodies involved in management of the coast, you're going to get these little differences of opinion. Obviously, a lot of work's got to be done with the Great Ocean Road Coast Committee in coming to the table again, perhaps?
Oh, absolutely. And you hit it right on the head. I mean, we stand in an area right here where if you're a golfer and you had even a 7-iron, you could hit it in any direction where I stand, and you'd put it into the grounds of 4 different government departments. And unfortunately, while we've got 4 different government agencies that look to manage our town, of course we've got conflict across all 4 levels.
Well, it is a pity because Lorne is an iconic seaside resort, as it has been for decades.
Yeah, absolutely.
And you know, it is one of the treasure or jewels in the crown of the Great Ocean Road.
Well, you mentioned the Victorian government, the Liberal State Conference over at Mantra there today. I mean, in 1975, under the then Hamer government, our town was declared a place of natural beauty and special significance. And I mean, that is something that we pride ourselves even on today.
Well, let's hope that maybe I believe the issue is going to be raised at the Liberal Congress this weekend.
I believe the local Liberal Party were very proactive in sort of getting behind the needs of the town, and they've got a motion that's being put forward today at the floor of the state conference to effectively suggest that the management of Gork fall within the realms of the Surf Coast Shire.
Well, that sounds to me like a very practical idea. Only time will tell again.
It will, but practicality and decisions like this haven't always been the precedents of the past, so let's hope that changes.
On the pier at Lorne, in the midst of all the action on this beautiful surf coast, this is Ian Nichols for News Geelong.
Thank you, Ian. And now a look at the weather expected around Geelong and the surf coast over the next 6 days. Tomorrow, Saturday, we can expect a partly cloudy day with isolated showers in the morning, probably reaching a top temperature of around 20. Sunday, partly cloudy with light winds and a top of 22. Whilst on Monday we can expect morning cloud clearing, then a sunny afternoon and a top of 23, just creeping up ever so slowly. Tuesday will be sunny with light winds and afternoon sea breezes and a top of 24. Wednesday will be sunny, continuing with the light winds and afternoon sea breezes with an expected top of 29 degrees. While on Thursday it will be partially cloudy early, followed by sunny periods and a top of a warmer 33 degrees, so bring it on. Today it was cloudy with some isolated showers, light winds reaching a top temperature of 23 at 1 o'clock this afternoon. And that's the weather outlook for Geelong and the Surf Coast expected over the next 6 days. So enjoy as summer moves in. As we go to a break on News Geelong, we will return with our sporting guru, Alex Tgani.